I'm Emma.
I'm Allie, and this is Keeping Up with Cordova High.
And I'm Allie Sickles, and I am the Cordova varsity cheer coach and Bank Cove Middle School's cheer coach.
What is your coaching philosophy and how does it influence your coaching style?
I'd probably say that just the way that I was raised, that, you grow up and that you have to just always do your job. You have to be there for your team. And so I really try to implement that into the girls, that no one is ever better than the other. We're always going to be as good as our weakest link. So that helps them strive to push each other even more.
What has been your experience as cheerleading, and how has it prepared you for the role of cheer coach?
So I am from Cordova. I've been here all my life, and I've cheered as far back as I can remember. And I was a high school cheerleader here. We won a state championship here. So that's kind of my background in it. And I would say my coaches that I had growing up really helped prepare me to be able to take on this task.
What inspired you to become the coach for cheer?
I love cheerleading. I love cheerleading, and I love football, I love basketball, and I love that we get to be so involved in the other sports and making sure that we're getting them just as pumped for the game as the fans and the players. So, yeah.
What is your approach to safety during practices and performances, and how do you ensure them?
Just always being hands-on. Cheerleading can be very dangerous, especially when we have girls up in the air and everything, so we always make sure that our technique is clean in what we're doing. That way we can always keep our top girl or our flyers safe.
How do you handle injuries and what is the protocol for responding to them?
Injuries is always a hard thing to handle because cheerleading is not like, well, there's 5 players that go out and I've got some that's sitting the bench waiting to go. Everybody that's on the team has a role to play. So when someone does get hurt, it will affect our entire routine when it comes to competitions and stuff like that. But these girls are really good at responding to if we got to make changes or anything. So handling injuries is definitely something tough, but the girls handle it well, and so that makes my job easier.
What strategies do you use to motivate your cheerleaders and to help them improve their performance?
I don't even know if I can say what strategies I use, but I just tell them that, if you want to be number one, well, then you have to work hard. You can't be lazy. You can't expect to be in first place but not do the things that's going to get you to first place. So just always driving them to be more than what they're presenting, and they do a good job at motivating each other too. I usually can kind of just sit back, and they've kind of learned that I'll let them talk to one another in a certain way to encourage and fix and everything. But really, that's just what I use. Is there's winners and there's losers, and if you don't do your job, you might not be the winner.
What kind of practices and drills do you typically use to help them develop their skills?
So we usually start off our practices. They'll all sit on the mats and stretch really good, and then and I actually started implementing this year. I got it from this woman that I know that I've got to have contact with her and everything, and she actually performs with the USA cheerleading team, and so she sent me their warm-ups that they do at practice, and so we started doing that and everything just to kind of get heart rates up and blood pumping to be able to continue doing what we're going to do at practice.
How do you handle conflict or disagreements among your cheerleaders?
The first thing that I do is I try to take whoever is having a problem or whatever the problem is and separate it from the rest, so that way it doesn't take over everyone. I don't do drama. I don't like drama because there's better things we could be doing. So something that I just like to do is, if you need to get something off your chest, if you need to say whatever you need to say, come say it to me, or say it to that person, the three of us, if it's 2 of them involved, or however meaning, we can go to a different room, we can stay after practice, y'all hash it out, say what needs to be said, and then move forward from that point. So that way nobody's holding on to any kind of bad grudges.
How do you stay updated with the latest cheer rules and techniques and like trends?
Our brand varsity that we go through, they're always sending us new updates. We get an updated rule book every single year that goes over different things that happen in game day tradition and traditional routine. And really, the internet nowadays, has helped a bunch because especially with, us implementing student section and everything this year, we've gotten to have a lot of different cheers that we found have come from TikTok that other teams use. So I would say that the most.
Can you describe the typical weekly schedule during the season?
Trying to make a cheer schedule is very, very difficult because I allow all of my girls, if you want to do every sport there is, do it. I'm 100% there for it. It does make our practices a little bit harder because, again, everybody on the team has a role to play. It's not just, I've only got 5 people doing this. It's all 18 of them doing something. And really now for competition, it's all 22 of them doing something. So it can make it difficult, but thankfully, I've got a really good coaching staff here with basketball and volleyball. Just everybody here is willing to work together and be on the same page, so that way our athletes can get the most out of whatever practice they've got to go to, and they can also get home at a decent hour or two. That way they can spend time with family or study or do whatever they've got to do in the afternoons.
All right, well, thank you for being on our podcast.
Thank y'all.
All right, you ready?
Yeah.
Jaden, count it down.
3, 2, 1.
Go Big Blue.